Hey, how's it going? What's up, guys? Got a big day ahead of me today, and an even bigger day ahead of me tomorrow. Smug Megumin. She's the best. So yeah, I'm recording a dumping with Scrump right after this, so that's the scoop. Also, as it turns out, the replacement power supply finally came in. It finally came in yesterday, so once I have a free day, it'll probably be Monday. I'll build the Minecraft computer. What's going on, guys? Dev is here and with the sip. Yep. I'm not a late boy. I'm here a day early. Lowering the voting age is dumb. That's some good shit. It turns out that I'm fat. Yeah. Which Monday? The one in 2 days. I probably won't stream it though. Russell Patton for 5. Thanks very much. Dev, if V can settle down, you can settle down too. Give that a thought. Yeah, thanks, Mom. I'm in a committed relationship. What more do you want? Like what settle down am I missing exactly? The oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. Oh, so how's everyone doing? I'm gonna open the packages you guys have sent me next week on the next sip. I unfortunately have to rush through this one a little bit. Like I said, I don't have any time tomorrow, and I'm streaming with sorry, not streaming. I'm recording with Scrump and Yiz right after this. When's the Vosh debate coming? Probably never. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because hold on, let me just turn my headphones off here. I have wireless headphones. Yeah, guys, maybe it's because Vosh is just basically the inheritor of Bloodsports. Like he basically acts like Ralph and Jim and Warski, just that he's on a different political spectrum. You know, he's a commie instead of somebody who's on the alt right. Okay, so it's definitely like he's cut from the same cloth. Basically, he behaves the same way as those people. Oh fuck! You guys hear the thunder? If I lose power, it's because I'm currently in the middle of a rainstorm. Yesterday was like a massive rainstorm too. I was streaming the original Legend of Zelda on NES on the stream last night, and there was like thunderstorms and shit happening during the show. It's still happening. It's still happening now, man. Like we were in a massive. It's really hot rain too. A massive storm, tons of thunder. The rain's really warm. Jesus, that's quite the sound, dude. Hold on a second. There's a Oh my god. Naomi left her fan on. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Ouch, I just hit my head on the ow. I just bumped my head into the mic. Yeah. Dev can't debate. Medicare ran him over. I mean, yes and no. He definitely did. But like what ended up happening after that though? Medicare insulted me to my face. He didn't destroy my channel like he said he would. You know? Didn't destroy Sargon. Sargon, like other things happened to Sargon. Medicars, I'm gonna destroy everyone. It just turned out to be fucking nothing. But anyway, it's kind of the same thing with Vosh. Hold on. Yeah, I had to go turn off that fan. Sorry, guys. Remove the vote from anyone who is not a net taxpayer or a veteran. Eastern European women are better than the Western ones. No divorce. Yeah, architect. Oh, sure, dude. Thanks for the 5. Okay, so anyway, yeah, talking about Vosh. Basically, the video that I made was not actually a response to Vosh. Okay. I don't know if you watched it. I don't know if you noticed. I barely mentioned him. Okay. Basically, I used some of his retardation as a way to talk about an actual issue. I have no real interest in reply girling Vosh. Wait, does Armor Sipic have a new GF? Really? My face when I get called a simp for protesting cancel culture. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for the 5. Hold on. I'm looking at Armored Skeptic. Like, here's a picture of my new girlfriend, guys. And it's literally just like, did he actually end up getting like a girlfriend the exact same as Shu, just younger? I don't really see it. Oh, well. I mean, it'd be funny, but I can't find any evidence of it, so I guess that's that. Medicare's burning resulted in an honest hate rant to your face and a meme for Sargon. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Medicare, the guy who's so chill that he always laughs at everyone, he just blew up at me. He blew up at what's his name? Was his name Baked Alaska? I don't remember him. Like, I don't remember what his name was, but that guy blew up at him too. I mean, let's not talk about Medicare or Shoe on Head because they're not really. I haven't really done anything about them recently, and they're not really like relevant to this conversation specifically. In terms of Vosh, like, there's actually, as I kind of predicted, about a day after I posted the video, I got a bunch of comments from people who were like, "LOL, you're a reactionary. LOL, Vosh was right. LOL, debate. LOL," and like, just your complete stupidity, right? And I was like, dude, you're literally proving exactly what I said. Like, there was one guy. He basically said, "Yeah, conservatives are reactionary. Sorry, you're wrong." And it's like, you didn't. First of all, you didn't actually describe why. Secondly, the fact that you didn't describe why basically proves what I said about you to be correct. Because I didn't just say, "LOL, commies are reactionaries." I went into detail in the video. At least I think I did. I went into detail in the video about why I thought the way that I did about the term reactionary, why it was used, in what context it's used, what certain people really mean when they use it. I actually tried to go into that topic. It was never about Vosh. It was always about that bit of phrase. All right. And some people are saying, "I can't wait." Even there are even some people who like are neutral or like even like on my side of it. They're like, "I can't wait for Vosh to reply," and they're like posting popcorn emojis. And I'm like, listen, if Vosh replies, if Vosh does like 10 videos on me, I'm not gonna say anything. It doesn't matter. I used some of the things that he said in his video, and some of the things that he says in general, as a way to talk about an actual issue. As a way to, like, I basically use Vosh as a springboard into an actual conversation. I'm not interested in going back and forth, like drama style, reply girl style, Bloodsport style. Not interested in any of that. For me, it'll be more like, okay, he did another video on me. Very clearly, he wants to ride my butt crack. Fine. is there something in the video that's actually worth talking about beyond drama? If not, then I won't say anything about it. Simple as that. I'm just reading the chat here, sorry. Remind the chat to download the BitSlide. What is BitSlide? You notice how Naomi always texts? You notice how Naomi always texts during the show? Chaz is coming. Probably be tomorrow. What is the BitSlide app? Is BitChute's video player? What is BitSlide? I guess it's BitChute's video player, but I don't really hear anything about it. I never really heard anything about it, frankly. Yeah. Well, it's funny because Vosh has 50K more subs than me at this point. He really started blowing up, unironically. I'm gonna, I guess good for him. There must be some demand for what he's doing. That is how capitalism works, believe it or not. Because when he made a video about me, he was smaller, and now he is quite a bit larger. But he's growing the way that Warski grew, in that it's probably going to be somebody who grows and then kind of disappears a little bit, if that makes any sense. I'm just Social Blade, and I'm kind of curious to see what his stats are. Oh my god, Social Blade, you're a piece of shit site now. I don't want to do a fucking CAPTCHA. Oh my god. Yeah, no, he's been getting 1,000 subs a day. Good for him. Yeah, it really only started like a month ago. What did you do a month ago? It was probably the Sargon debate. I guess, oh, thanks, Red Coffee. Thanks for the $10. Love all your videos. Have a good Saturday. Thank you very much, dude. And 10 from Hamsterabi. Thank you. Recent video you mentioned Progressive having an anti-male sentiment and seeing stuff that's less male as good. I think we know why, but it would still be cool to see an elaboration on that topic. Yeah, I can probably get into that, yeah, at some point. But yeah, I think what happened, though, was basically, Styx was right. He said that, when you debate somebody who's like this small yapping dog, the subs blow up. So Sargon was big, Vosh was small. They had a debate, and now Vosh has a bunch of subs. So, shit. Soros bucks. Could be Soros bucks. Yeah, let's get to it, eh? Let's get to it. You want to support the channel? Here's what you do. You want to get into the $5 club? Give $5 through a recurring source. That'd be the Subscribe Star, the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, and the sub button on my gaming channel, Game Boomers, over at twitch.tv. If you have YouTube Premium, you get one free hit of the join button, so I get $5, even though you've already paid for it. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free hit of the sub button over on Twitch, so I'll get $5, even though you've already paid for it. Those are both good ways to donate. If you use those services but have no money, those are both good ways to donate. It's just $5. It has to be a recurring source, because once you link up your Discord account with the accounts of one of those 4 locations where you donated, the bots should handle the rest. You'll be put into the $5 club in my Discord server. If you send $100 to my PayPal and then send me a receipt, and just DM me or something, or DM one of the mods a receipt, then I guess what'll end up happening is I will put you into the $5 club for life. And that's a pretty good deal. Alex for 5 absolutely owned Vosh in the last video. That was beautiful. Thanks, but it wasn't really about Vosh. Epics, they're still rolling it out. Some regions don't have that yet. They're still rolling it out. I don't want you if I want a femboy. Odin, you're fucking banned. Oh, also, if you want to mail something to me, that is the address. I have a P.O. box. Mail stuff to blah, 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 that address, all right? Don't send me things that'll kill me. I'd rather not die. I prefer not getting sent, anthrax or glitter bombs or whatever. But if you want me to unbox stuff, I am going to start unboxing the stuff that you send me on next week's Weekly Sip. So you start sending stuff, and I'll start opening it. And it'll be awesome. So please consider doing so if you don't mind. Let's go to this. Is this the button? Yes, it is. So this is a Patreon post from a friend of mine who is making a game called Azarina. Yep. Azarina, the Ghostly Girl. The demo is out. If you want to play it, please consider checking it out. I think it is one of those indie games that may be worth your time. I will post it in the chat room right now. Boop. There it is. So, if you want to check out that demo, please give it a go. Because this is actually an indie project that, despite being kind of cool, is on its deathbed because of coronavirus. The guys behind it just no longer have the money to continue the development because coronavirus basically axed their day jobs. So please consider checking out their demo, and please consider, if you like the game, maybe you could support it. And you know what? I think I might play it on stream. Yeah. The demo anyway. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. I'm not sure. But check it out. That'd be cool. But what's next? Oh yeah. V is getting married. And yes, you guys were talking about it during the chat. And yes, I ignored you specifically because V is getting married. And good for V. I don't know what it is with like Romanians. They don't look happy. I'm sure that they're happy together, and I'm sure that like she's a happy person, but like in pictures, I've never seen her smile before. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of pictures of her at this point, and she's always like very straight-faced. Maybe she's a serious person. But good for him, right? It's good that he's finally getting married, Nobody cares about your stream. Dragonfat, what are you talking about? What are you being so mean here for today? God damn it. You're banned. Gypsies. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, congrats, V. Good for you. There are people in the chat who are like, why don't you get married, Dev? Listen, I'm in a long-term relationship. I'm in a stable relationship. We are together, What more settling down do you want? We live together, dude. Like, what else is there? We already act like we're married. Slavs don't smile, they squat. V marrying is more important than your stream. Lol. God damn it. Those bed sheets. Yeah, I've got Star Trek ones. Not nearly as nice, I guess. Breed, Dev. Breed, Dev. Breed. Commit to it. I've already committed to it. Babies. Why does everyone want fucking kids? Jesus. Where are our grandchildren? Dev and Dave are already married. Architect for two. When you grow up in communism, smiles issued by government. It's kind of funny. I mean, in terms of to save them. So, guys, you do realize that Naomi is a Jew. She's Jewish. We would not have white babies. All right? All right? Like, what kind of babies are you expecting here? They give you meaning and help us not be replaced by the Chinese. There are many ways to have meaning in life. You don't need to have kids. You need something meaningful. Kids are one very common avenue, and with good reason. In most cases, kids provide most meaning that you need, but you can still get it elsewhere. A resourceful person can get just as much meaning from elsewhere. Nice stream, Dev. Also marry Naomi and impregnate her. Yeah, meet the galaxy. OMG, don't have kids. BLM thinks Jews, Italians, Spanish, and Iraqis are white. They think JonTron's white. He's Persian. Birth rates are in decline everywhere, guys. The third world is basically where the first world was in the 1950s. So they're going from like 10 kids to like 2 or 3. And I think as prosperity continues, birth rates will rapidly decline, I think basically by like 2075, the birth rates of the third world will be where we are now. No time. This is actually V's girlfriend. We're just talking about the fact that V got married, and good for him. Good for him, dude. Anyway, let's continue. Yes. I love the sub on Reddit, What Could Go Wrong. It's one of the few bits of Reddit that I indulge in, because it's literally just people like getting themselves fucking destroyed. They'll like do something dumb and then just hurt themselves. Living babies. Z3 Carlos, why? Anyway. Now, normally I would not post a goofy video of someone hurting themselves from What Could Go Wrong. But I want you to watch this one. Check it out. Okay. One more time. So, I find this video to be the perfect storm. The perfect storm. Anonymous came back, and this is basically what they did to themselves. You have a Harlem Shake. You have a kid hurting himself going, oh! And you have, like, this perfect flip. Hold on. Look at this perfect flip of the chair right there. Look at that. It just flips perfectly. Oh, my God. Anonymous strikes again. Spear silver for 2. Who will bring you a cup of water at your deathbed? I likely will not die like that. I don't expect to be on a deathbed. Okay, I'm thinking I missed another one. Oh, yeah. Look, Naomi needs to finish college, travel the world, find herself, and think about kids at around 35. You know, Nicholas, there is nothing wrong with enjoying traveling. In fact, traveling is quite great. I've done a bit of it, and I kind of want to do some more of it. Traveling is not just fun, but it's like full of new experiences, dude. If the biological clock exists, I think it only affects women and not men. There's no uterus to check on for me. Let's continue here. Justin Bieber denies allegation of 2014 sexual assault. Now, the most surprising thing to me is not that Justin Bieber would sexually assault somebody. He obviously would. He is that kind of shitheel. We all knew it back from when he was a kid. To me, it's more like, holy shit, this is what Justin Bieber looks like now. Why? You actually think the mustache, you actually think that's working for you, dude? The long earring, yeah? Dave, remember when you were talking about how you didn't want to have any regrets when you die? You're going to regret not having kids if you say so, Russell. Maybe I will, but whatever. Thanks for the $10. The thing is, dude, Russell, it's that... What's a good way to put this? There are many things that I know I will regret not doing. I could do like all of those things, or I could have kids. I can't do both. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the money. Yeah, like he looks like my dealer. Yeah, Justin Bieber, like, has he even been doing anything? Who knows? I finally stopped being lazy and did my $100 donation. Love you, you crazy Canadian. Thanks, Naxalis. Thanks for the 5, man. You DM me on Discord. We'll set it up. Thank you very much, dude. Am I a believer? No. Anyway, he's been accused of sexual assault. Let's look at the accusations. I wonder if it's just more cancel culture bullshit, or who knows. 2 women have accused Justin Bieber of sexual assault and shared their respective experiences with the musician on social media. On June 20th, a woman identified as Danielle posted about her alleged assault on Twitter, detailing how she met Bieber at an Austin music event in March 2014. My friends and I were enjoying themselves the entire night. A man then approached me and my friends and asked if we wanted to meet Justin. Of course, we said yes. Hold on, did the piston spin directly into his ass? Yeah, maybe oversensitive. Thanks for the 2 bits. Thank you very much. Justin had made me agree to not say anything to anyone, or I can get in serious legal trouble. Oh, by the way, I want to remind you guys. If you did give the $100, if that actually happened, DM me on Discord. Some people that give me $100 never DM me. Like, DM me on Discord. Now, I will eventually get to the DM and I will set you up, okay? Anyway. Yeah. Justin made me agree to not say anything to anyone, or I can get in serious legal trouble. He then asked me to join him in bed. How? Wait a minute. What? Danielle claims that Bieber sexually assaulted her after they consensually made out, even though she objected to going too far with him. My body felt unconscious. I don't want to go into detail about what happened next. So you agreed to meet him privately. You agreed to get in bed with him. You agreed to make out with him. You didn't agree to going any further than making out. But then your body felt unconscious and you just didn't do anything. What? Okay, dude. All right. Not dead. It's why I really... Not dead. Why do you rarely watch The Sip, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, press X to doubt. Isn't Bieber like 12? No. Here's the second woman. A woman named Kadi claims that Bieber's bodyguard invited her up to his hotel room after a New York City meet and greet in May 2015, where several people, including Disney Channel star Kyle Massey, were present. Kadi made out with Bieber on a couch, but things took a turn when he locked them in a bathroom and began caressing her body. I asked him to stop, and continued to say that I cannot have sex with anyone prior to marriage. Bieber allegedly sexually assaulted her on his bed. I thought you were locked in a bathroom, dude. But Kadi was able to push and kick him between his legs and run out to the living room. She says that she had to seek mental treatment and attend rehab after the assault. Since Kadi shared her story, several contradicting tweets have resurfaced from her Twitter account. In June 2015, for instance, she wrote that she never met Bieber. Come on, guys. Like, I can see this guy, with this face especially, being a serial rapist. But goddamn, like, have your story straight if you're gonna do this. Fuck. Every time I do, you argue with the chat about having kids. Not dead. The whole kids thing never actually comes up that often. It comes up like once every couple months. It just so happens. I guess you're just here whenever it comes up. I don't usually talk about it. The bed in the bathroom. All right. U.S. soldier planned deadly ambush on his own unit. Jesus Christ, dude. The U.S. Department of Justice says the Army private being accused of giving classified information to a foreign white supremacy group was planning a deadly ambush on his unit. On Monday, Ethan Meltzer, 22, of Louisville, Kentucky, was indicted for allegedly planning an attack on his U.S. Army unit by sending sensitive details about the unit, including information about its location, movements, and security, to members of the Order of the Nine Angels, an occult-based neo-Nazi and white supremacist group. What the fuck, dude? Meltzer is charged with conspiring and attempting to murder U.S. nationals, military service members, providing material support to terrorists, and conspiring to murder and maim in a foreign country. Meltzer's alleged plot was thwarted by the FBI and the U.S. Army in late May, according to the department, and the FBI arrested Meltzer on June 10th. Meltzer was the enemy within. He allegedly attempted to orchestrate a murderous ambush on his own unit by unlawfully revealing its location, strength, and armaments to a neo-Nazi anarchist white supremacist group. Okay. Meltzer allegedly provided this potentially deadly information, intending that it be conveyed to jihadist terrorists. He was motivated by racism and hatred as he attempted to carry out this ultimate act of betrayal. Apparently, Meltzer joined O9A in 2019. The O9A has espoused violent neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, and satanic beliefs, and have expressed admiration for Nazis such as Adolf Hitler and Islamic jihadists such as Osama bin Laden. Wow, dude. $5 from Russell Patton. It can't be that hard to come up with a story about Justin Bieber, of all people, assaulting you. Yeah, seriously. Justin Bieber's that kind of guy, right? Yeah. Sounds like a made-up group. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. In October 2019, Meltzer deployed abroad within the Army. Meltzer, the indictment said, read propaganda from multiple extremist groups, including O9A and ISIS. The FBI said it seized from Meltzer's iCloud account an ISIS-issued document with a title that included the phrase, Harvest of the Soldiers, and described attacks and murders of U.S. personnel in approximately April. Okay. Meltzer sent encrypted messages to O9A members and another group known as the Rapewaffen Division. What the fuck? What the fuck am I reading, dude? Okay, it says sensitive information. Okay. Meltzer and his co-conspirators planned what they referred to as a jihadi attack during the deployment, with the objective of causing a mass casualty event. Meltzer acknowledged in electronic communications that he could be killed during the attack, and, describing his willingness to die, wrote, "Who gives a fuck? It would be another war. I would have died successfully. Cause another 10-year war in the Middle East would definitely leave a mark." What? Yeah. Okay, I don't think it's glowing, alright? I don't think it's glowing. I think what it is this is somebody who fucking trolled too hard and got caught. Is there anything else that's ridiculous in here? Okay. Yep. Meltzer sent information to a member of Al-Qaeda. Alright. Meltzer allegedly promised to leak more information once he arrived at the location. Okay. His attack's goal was to result in as many service members' deaths as possible. He declared himself to be a traitor. Yeah. Meltzer has declared himself to be a traitor against the United States and described his own conduct as tantamount to treason. He turned his back on his country and his unit while aligning himself with members of the neo-Nazi group 09A. Today he is in custody and facing a lifetime behind bars. All right. What? Man. This sounds kind of ridiculous, dude. Man shit posted himself to death. Pretty much. A cop is being called Officer Karen after a video about waiting for her McMuffin goes viral. Stacy, who has been a cop for 15 years, went to McDonald's. She paid for it in advance, and this is how she gets treated being a cop. Oh my. A Twitter by the username of Anne shared the video, along with the caption. Yeah, okay. Come on, America, we're better than this. Let's see this fucking tweet. Is it still up? No, of course it's fucking gone. Of course it's gone. I wonder if the no, that's the next article. I wonder if the video's around. Yeah. Officer Karen's having a meltdown over McMuffin. Yeah, it's a bit bullshit, isn't it? Like, all this shit happening, and Officer Karen's losing it. I wonder if I can find, like, the Officer Karen video. Hold on. Officer Karen. Here it is. This is Perez Hilton. Are you going to comment it on yourself? Like, Perez Hilton loves to comment over things, and I'm not necessarily all about that. But let's see, okay? Oh, shit. PewDiePie streaming the same time as me. PewDiePie, what the fuck? How could you do this to me, dude?
Come to the McDonald's at Love's on the Ford Avenue exit, and I waited in line to get my food. I had already done my mobile order so that, you know, people don't pay for my stuff, because I just always like to pay for it myself. But I'm on my way home from work. When I pull up to the window, they hand me my receipt, so I go to the second window to get my food, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And so the girl comes to the window and asks me what my order was. I repeat my order and my coffee order, and they ask me to pull up because my food's not ready. It's an English muffin meal with a hash brown and coffee. And, I mean, I hadn't eaten since, probably about, I mean, I've been up for a very long time, but I haven't eaten in a while, so I was kind of hungry. And
oh my God, get on with it.
And I'm still waiting. And they asked me to pull up. So I pull up forward, and a girl comes out with my coffee, and just the coffee. And she hands it to me, and I have my window down. And that's all she hands me is the coffee. So I told her, I said, don't bother with the food, because right now I'm too nervous to take it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It doesn't matter how many hours I've been up. It doesn't matter what I've done for anyone. Right now, I'm too nervous to take a meal from McDonald's because I can't see it being made.
Are you fucking...
I don't know what's going on with people nowadays, but please, just give us a break. Please, just give us a break. I don't know how much more I can take.
Dude, it's... Your
I've been
food
in
was
this
late.
for 15 years, and I've never, ever had such anxiety about waiting for McDonald's drive-thru food.
What?
So just have a heart, and if you see an officer, just tell them thank you. Because I don't hear thank you enough anymore. Attitude.
Oh. Yeah, what the fuck? Why did this video go viral? Why did you record this? McDonald's was late with my food. Welcome to the fucking club, lady. Literally shaking. Yeah, I don't know if you should be a police officer if this freaks you out. Like holy shit. You may need to consider a career change, lady. Fucking Karens, dude. It's a mental breakdown, dude. They happen. Oh no, I understand that. But like, we laugh at people on the far left who have mental breakdowns about shit, you know? We laugh at people who like they think they're gonna get profiled, so they immediately jump to the conclusion and they make a situation way worse than it actually is, when in reality, no one's actually doing anything to them. We laughed at the woman who had a big fucking freak out over humongous. Shit like that. I'm gonna laugh at this lady too. You guys are all taking shit way too seriously. You're blowing up over nothing, and this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The US military has a boogaloo problem. I think this is just literally like, oh my god, the young generation has new slang we don't understand. There's a new joke around. Oh my god, is my child a Nazi because he says the shit that I used to say when I was a teenager? Fucking hell, man. Hey, Silo 101. Hey, Silo. Hey, Silo. Ready to slurp coffee with me? Everyone get your copies ready. Yeah, baby. All right. Boogaloo boys, let's go. The U.S. military appears to have a brewing boogaloo problem. Active duty military are flocking to online networks frequented by the anti-government movement, known for its meme culture and Hawaiian shirt-clad adherents, who are often called boogaloo boys. Yeah, you're just an old person now who doesn't understand new memes. Moreover, I need to point something out. Are you actually bringing up anti-government movement as if that's something on your side? What do you think Antifa is, you fucks? What do you think BLM is? What do you think all of your retarded protesters are, dude? They're all anti-government. They all talk about revolution. You fucking morons. Boogaloo is code for civil war, which is the ultimate goal of the movement. Isn't that what like every single commie revolutionary wants? Is a civil war where they win and they overthrow the capitalist class or whatever? Like fucking hell, man. It's so disingenuous. An analysis of some of the largest private Facebook groups catering to the Boogaloo movement found that scores of members self-identified as active duty military on their personal profiles. Yeah, it turns out that those who want to uphold the Constitution will often serve to ensure that it's upheld. Yeah. All right, Naomi. All right, Naomi. Jesus. Oh my god, dude. Some of the most active online Boogaloo communities are on Discord, a platform popular among gamers. There, members have been discussing ways to co-op protest against racism and police brutality to advance their own agenda. Is that all they are? Or are they actually like violent revolutionaries destroying everything around them? It's so like, this is... The way that some of these people write, it's become so blatantly tilted that you almost like You almost don't have to say anything. You can just present it, you know? It's like when... I'm going to do a video on this next week. It's like when somebody says something ridiculous, like blatantly ridiculous, okay? If they're leftists, they're called brave. You know, they're called activists. They're called speaking... It's speaking truth to power. If they're not on the left, then they're divisive. There's a difference, you know? It's like... On the left, they focus on the intrinsic qualities of the person. Being brave is something that you are. Meanwhile, being divisive is something that you've done. Those are your actions. So it's like they have a very different view on whether or not the exact same comment is brave or divisive based on your politics, and they focus on whether it's intrinsic to you or whether it's not based on your politics. It's very strange. It's very strange, dude. I'm gonna have to do an analysis of it. I think. I was not particularly surprised to see current and former military members involved in boogaloo groups online. The question for me right now is whether military men are attracted into online groups or whether they are forming groups themselves. Which direction is the influence going? Look at this. Go get you some Antifa faggots and boot stomp the shit out of some commies. If this were changed to Nazi or fascist, you'd have no complaint. You'd have no complaint at all. Also, who in the fuck uses Discord on white mode? Of course, it'd be a commie who uses Discord on white mode. Like, Christ, man. In any case, yeah, in late May, the Department of Homeland Security warned law enforcement around the country that anarchist and militia extremists could try to exploit the protests against police brutality with the goal of sparking the boogaloo. Well, it is anarchists, in fact, that are doing it. Anarcho-communists. Christ, guys. Oh, man. This is focusing like on all the baseless threats, the things that never actually happened. And they're completely ignoring all the shit that Black Lives Matter has actually done. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway. I'm leaving, and I'm just not coming back. Fed up with racism, Black Americans head overseas. We are now at the point of self-deportation, guys. Anthony Baguette knew the precise moment he had to get out. He was driving by a convenience store in Cincinnati when a police officer pulled him over. There had been a robbery. He fit the description given by the store clerk, a black man. Okuni Obadele Kambon knew. He was arrested in Chicago and accused by police of concealing a loaded gun under a seat in his car. He did have a gun, but it wasn't loaded. He used it in his role teaching an outdoor skills camp for any inner-city kids. Kambon has a license. The gun was kept safely in the car's trunk. Tiffany Drayton knew. Her family kept getting priced out of gentrifying neighborhoods in New Jersey. She said they were destined to be forever displaced in the USA. Then Trayvon Martin was shot and killed after buying a bag of Skittles and a can of iced tea. Da-da-da. Deplorabology. Just let the government come after you for voicing your distaste for them. Yeah, thanks for the 5, dude. Thank you. Harry, thanks for the 10. To be fair, oh my fucking god. She can wait. To be fair to the police officer, wasn't that after police were getting poison all over the place for a week and said that her food was ready in the police? Harry, I looked into some of those poisonings. A lot of them ended up being fake. So I don't know. I think she was legitimately stressed and just kind of basically freaked out at the fact that a McDonald's is slow and run by dumb teenagers. But maybe she should fucking deal with that. What else? I can be misremembering the story, though. Maybe, Harry. But thank you for the donations, man. Thank you very much. Xi Jinping for 5 Canadian. Of course. China owns Canada at this point, eh? What? No. You can't make a meme about revolution. You're undermining our grand movement. Ha ha ha. Hawaiian shirts. Thanks, dude. So, yeah, guys. Yeah. These people are just gonna self-deport. All right. Tamir Rice would have been 18. Oh no, oh no. Baguette lives in Germany, Drayton, Trinidad, and Cambon in Ghana. They just left. They just fucked off. Apparently, racism is so bad in the United States that they would rather go live in a legit shithole. I mean, well, Germany's kind of a shithole, but like Africa, legit shithole. All right. It's kind of wild. Like, things are so bad. I'd rather live in a third world country that has no infrastructure at all, barely has any fucking roads. It's run by Islamic warlords. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Anyway. In Ghana, where Cambon is involved in a program that encourages descendants of the African diaspora to return to their nation where centuries earlier their ancestors were forced into slave ships, he said he is one of several thousand. Well, listen. If you want to blame white people for slavery, fair enough. But you've got to go back to Africa and blame them for selling you to white people. You fucking morons. This is why Liberia exists. Thanks, Russell. Thanks, dude. Like, listen, in Trinidad and Tobago, where Drayton works in her home office, which has a view of the ocean and hummingbirds flocking above the pool. Oh boy, there are 4. It sounds so idyllic. It's almost like you brought your American money there and just became like the new upper class. Because you are actually privileged, you fuck. I don't have to think of myself as a black woman. You didn't have to anywhere else. Oh my god. These people are insane. These people literally want to... Okay, here's a reactionary demanding that individualism be replaced by collectivism. That's fucking going backward, dude. That is some backwards ass shit. Anyway. This is from r/Harry Potter. Let's read this together, guys. Since our daughter was 5, and my wife and I first started reading her the Harry Potter books, we have told her that she is a witch, and that the wizarding world is real. She is almost 8, and as her questions have gotten deeper, we've kept building the illusion with more details about our family genealogy and its connection to book characters. Stories about times we used magic, and the life and moral lessons that we've learned about it. She has processed many difficult subjects like racism, climate change, and even the coronavirus through this lens. Before other parents judge or lecture us, we know that we're gaslighting her, and that eventually she'll have to be disappointed and have trust issues with us when she learns the truth. We justify it by saying we are adding magic to her childhood, and giving her the motivation to reach her full magical potential, since she needs to study hard to be accepted into Hogwarts. We've asked serious questions of her teachers, and they think it's more awesome and creative than damaging. At the very worst case, my take is that it's analogous to children being raised to believe that traditional religious stories are true, and that when truth hits, it will teach her to ask critical questions and not accept everything she hears or reads at face value. We're looking for more ideas on how to inject little bits of Harry Potter magic into every day using technology, crafts, and adding more details to the fanfic that is our lives. TLDR, we have raised our almost 8-year-old daughter to believe she's a witch from an old wizarding family. We're looking for more sophisticated and creative ideas from the Harry Potter community to keep this thing going. This is like child abuse, guys. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Good God. 50 from Thurl 50 3050 Feral Hockey Players. Thanks for the $50. Love the channel and looking forward to the next Dumping with Scrum. But can you tell him to quit getting yeeted off Twitter for pissing off the yiffing degenerates? He's not gonna, dude, but thank you very much. He's on Parler, though, if you want to go there. Yeah, like they're comparing this to religion, and it's like the difference is no one like Christianity does not teach you that you can like become Jesus and start working miracles yourself. All right, it's not the same fucking thing. Whale ears for 5, thank you. Do the people leaving racist America realize that the Hutus and Tutsis were both black and there was still a genocide in Rwanda? They don't give a shit. Americans basically only view things in terms of race and not ethnicity, or in terms of class at all. Definitely not in terms of the individual. Harry for 10, thank you. I honestly think they're trying to make her get bullied. I had a terrible childhood. Santa was the only good part. I believe until 11. That's rough. Believe until 11. Holy fuck, dude. I'm sorry. Van for $2. How to raise your children to resent you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. Fucking hell. All right. Let's keep going. Shooting charge dropped against suspected New Mexico shooter. A New Mexico prosecutor on Wednesday dropped a shooting charge against an Albuquerque man suspected of shooting a protester and called for further investigations after allegations the protester was armed at the time he was shot. So as it turns out, this, if you recall, this is the situation where the guy was. I used it in like 3 videos. The guy was at the statue being pulled down, and like they came after him. They started chasing him and screaming like, "Get his license plate! Instigate him! Fucking kill!" And like they're like swinging the skateboard around, and the skateboard guy pulls out a knife and tries to stab him. Then he pulls out his gun and shoots him, and then all the cowards start shrieking and running away. Just run! Run! It was the funniest fucking video. But the charges against him have been dropped because it turns out it was, in fact, in self-defense. Yep. Torres is the district attorney, dropped an initial aggravated battery with a deadly weapon charge against Stephen Baca after images emerged online showing protester Scott Williams, 39, holding what was rumored to be a knife before he was allegedly shot by Baca. Torres said he expected Baca to claim self-defense in the case. Yep. There have been rumors on social media about what transpired in the final seconds before this, and we are actively looking into those and whether or not this was justified. The reason he is not facing that charge right now is because this investigation is not complete. Yep. Well, in any case, right now I have no evidence that he was in any way armed. If we haven't changed it, it will not be changed. So they might actually, file other charges against him later. For example, they filed against him unlawful carrying of a firearm, so maybe he wasn't allowed to have the gun for some reason, and battery for allegedly assaulting 3 women before the shooting. But at the same time, he was considered to be basically you can't charge him for the actual shooting because it was in self-defense. So all right. Did the skater guy become paralyzed for life? Yeah. What a fucking idiot, dude. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's funny because like they want to revolt. They want their active armed revolution. And if you defend yourself with a gun, they call the cops on you. Like, it's fucking dumb, man. It's fucking dumb. Another 5 from Harry. Holy shit, man. I believe because I wanted to, I almost drove and starved to death multiple times, suffered for torture from other kids. That sucks, man. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Thanks for all the donations, though. But Christ, dude, I hope you're okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Uganda has ascended, guys. Uganda confirms 45 positive cases of COVID-20. COVID-20. We are now at the next level. BMW wants to sell subscriptions to in-car features. I talk about here. Oh, Harry for 2. Thank you. It was nice. It was something nice to believe in. I mean, fair enough, but you can also make your own things to believe in too. You know. Yeah. But anyway, I talked about this in a video called "As a Service." I theorized that cars would basically have all of the nice things built in, but you would have to have a subscription to unlock those features, like the heated seats, like the the power windows, all that nice stuff. You would have to basically pay a constant subscription, or else the car would disable them. And you know what? I was right. I predicted this like 6 months ago, and here we fucking are. BMW wants to give owners of its cars the option to access specific hardware and software features through a subscription. How about you just buy the fucking hardware and software and just call it? Stop making me pay for things consistently, you fucks. The automaker would offer select driver assistance and comfort features in exchange for a reoccurring fee. You know what? I'm just gonna jailbreak my car at that point. Like, fuck you. All the features the automaker wants to monetize would already be built into the car when you buy it, and you would pay for them through the company's connected drive store. See, I had a feeling this is the way things would go all the way back in the Wii era. Okay, so do you guys recall what was that game? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Just wait. Yeah, here we go. Okay, check this out. Here. This is from March 1st, 2008. Okay? Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a King, to be a WiiWare launch title. All right? A game from 12 years ago on the Wii. May 12th. You can buy it for $15 or 1,500 Wii points. This is what's interesting, all right? This game was unique in that the entire game was based around microtransactions, and it was one of the first console games ever to be based around microtransactions back in 2008. You'd buy the game, and the game would have all the content in it. But to unlock the game, to unlock all the content, you have to spend like $1 or $1.50 or 50 cents or something for each little thing, right? So even though you had downloaded the content to your Wii's memory, you couldn't actually access that content. You had to pay again for the little bits that you didn't have with the base game. And I remember thinking, like, listen, if you're going to force me to download the entire game, I should just have the entire game. I should just have it, you know? Like, if you're going to make me download a game and then download pieces of it, well, then, like, that's a different thing. Like, okay, buy a DLC. Then you have to download the DLC. Okay. But if you buy a game and the DLC is already in it and you just got to pay more money to unlock it, it feels cheaper. You know, it feels stupid. But yeah, like, we let them do this. We let them do with this game. And this was one of the first games to do it. And it sold pretty well. This is 12 years ago, but it sold pretty well back in the day. And it has become the thing that games do now. It's bullshit. It's complete fucking bullshit. All right? And I remember seeing this and thinking, I guarantee you everything's going to go this way someday. All right? Everything is going to go this way someday. Turns out I was right. Everything is going that way. Software, you gotta pay monthly, you know? At this point, I pirate Adobe to make my videos because fuck you, Adobe. I'm not paying for the Creative fucking Cloud. You goddamn... I don't want to... No, I'm just gonna... Okay, yeah. I couldn't think of a joke term to call them that wasn't Jewish in origin, so I'm just gonna leave it. But the point is that, like, whenever something is too predatory, I will pirate. I don't care anymore. Don't care. If there's a fair price, I'll pay it. If it's just pure predatoriness, I'll steal it because fuck you, you know. Either we're going to negotiate and actually have like a fair marketplace, or you're going to lose because I'm not going to lose. Yeah. Wasn't there a lawsuit where it was deemed legal to unlock on-disc DLC? Yeah. Basically, like if you bought a game and it was on the disc, but like you had to pay for it again to unlock it because it was DLC. Like if you already have it on the disc, you already have it. So like just fucking take it, you know. Yeah. A pirate's life for me, exactly. That's pretty much how I feel about it, you know. Pretty much how I feel about it. Stop buying from Megacorps if they're... Just buy from Good Corps. If there are no Good Corps, just pirate. Yep, exactly. You know what? Same thing as like... Yeah, I'll get out of this Final Fantasy thing. I brought this up because this is the first time it happened and everything has gone that way. Everything. You know, software, cars are going that way. Home ownership is going that way. Like people are now renting more than owning homes. You know, lots of stuff. Things are changing basically. All right. So I'm surprised Windows 10 isn't a monthly subscription at this point. Fuck Windows 10, dude. Anyway, yeah. The way B&W sees it, making some hardware and software components accessible in exchange for an optional fee gives its customers financial flexibility. Of course, the less charitable way to frame the entire idea is that B&W wants to make more money on its already expensive cars. Yeah, well, fuck you. I would buy a car and then jailbreak it, because fuck you, dude. Yeah, like, do you recall? Here's kind of how I feel about it. If it is a movie that I have bought at some point, I'll just download it, you know? I have definitely paid for the Star Wars movies, you know? Over the years, I've bought like I have like a VHS set, I have a DVD set, I even got gifted a Blu-ray set once for like as a Christmas gift, all right? If for some reason I want to have a digital copy, I'll fucking download it. All right? I'll go to Pirate Bay and I'll download it. Straight up. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to buy just like another thing again to have it on a new, like, let's say like in 10 years time, there's some new format that's completely non-compatible with all the previous formats and I have to buy Star Wars again. No, I'll pirate it. No. I have given my money already. I have it. All right? There's just like, there's a lot of these things where it's like, buy the stuff that you already own. Buy it again. Buy it again. Buy it again. I've come up on my limit on that, and I'm just not going to. I'm just not going to anymore. I'm done with it. If I own a legal copy of it, I'm just gonna fucking pirate. If companies are being assholes about it, I'm just gonna fucking pirate. You know, like you know what I think is gonna happen. I don't know if Torvar's here. Torvar's one of my mods, but Torvar, he said that he bought a copy of Final Fantasy VII, I think it was, the old Final Fantasy VII, on Square Enix's shop. Square Enix was shutting down their shop and putting everything that they owned on Steam. Torvar like DM'd them and asked like how to get a hold of his copy on Steam, and they just said you can't. Buy it again. Yeah, exactly, Torvar. I'm saying that right now. I don't know if you're like behind me in chat lag or something, but yeah. Remember when Square Enix removed my access to a digital Final Fantasy VII and told me to buy it again? That's when you say fuck you and pirate, you know? That's when you say fuck you and pirate it. Yeah. Piracy was huge here because HBO locked away Game of Thrones. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. V used dominate on his girlfriend. Yoro. Thanks for the $2, Yoro and Isaiah. Thank you very much, guys. That's great. That's your beloved capitalism, though. Why mad? I know who you are, Oxytocin. I know who you are, dude. And no, it's not. It's corporatism, not capitalism. It's different. Corporatism is like, it's this weird amalgam because it basically plays up to whatever the popular thing is at the time, which is right now is like leftist politics, which is why you get corporations putting on like pride flags and shit, right? But it's not capitalism because capitalism is like honest trade. But yeah, I am. Wait, neon real. What's neon realist? Dog backwards. Oh. Anyway, my point is that if you've already paid for something, if you have made an honest trade, all right, and then someone just fucks you later, it's like, oh, you can't have it anymore. It's like, fuck you. I'm just gonna steal it then. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? I actually think that we're going to be at a point, and I think we're going to see it coming in the next 10 years, guys. Where like, okay, here. Let's say you own your SNES copy of Chrono Trigger, just as a hypothetical, okay? Chrono Trigger. And then a new version of Chrono Trigger is released on the new consoles, and it's literally just like no graphical upgrade, no graphical updates. It's the same game, just like just ported over. It's a port, okay? But they changed the script to remove all all culturally insensitive stuff for the time. Stuff that, flew back in 1995 but doesn't really fly now. They just kind of remove that, all right? And then they say, oh yeah, you still have an old cartridge of Chrono Trigger? You can't play it anymore. You're not allowed. If you do, that's like violating our terms of service. That's illegal. That's theft. Buy the game again, I actually think that they're going to go the route where not only can you not only are you pushed to rebuy things again on the new platforms, they're going to try as hard as they can to invalidate your old copies. I think that's coming, and that's why it's good to preserve this stuff. Capitalism inevitably leads to corporatism, though. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That Reeve guy. No. Corporatism is made up by whenever a market becomes a monopoly, and most of the time, markets become monopolies because of government intervention. So it's the government creating corporatism, not capitalism. The idea is that the idea is that if there's regulation in a marketplace designed to make it more safe, that just makes it harder for new companies to start up. So we're going to regulate, the online video space because it has to be safe for the kids. Well, that just adds a whole bunch of extra overhead costs, and YouTube can afford to pay those costs and BitChute can't. So that basically means that YouTube has a monopoly. That's what I'm talking about. So once the monopoly is established, then the company starts fucking everyone because people have no other option, and it becomes corporatism. So if you want to stop corporatism, you have to basically loosen regulations. My copy of Warcraft 3 is now permanently offline for fear of getting updated. Yeah, like shit like that, Lance. Like with the whole Blizzard thing. They basically are taking your old copies of Warcraft 3 and forcibly updating them, whether or not they were on Battle.net. Like, it's such bullshit, dude. It's such bullshit. In any case, that is just what this is. That is what this is. And if this is actually the future, pay to own the stuff that you already own, I'm just going to start stealing it. I don't care anymore. Fuck them. Fuck them. Flu virus with pandemic potential found in China. Thanks, China. A new strain of flu that has potential to become a pandemic has been identified in China by scientists. It is carried by pigs but can infect humans. How the hell government makes monopoly? Okay, Oxy, it's exactly as I said. They implement regulations in the name of safety. Regulations cost money to implement. Only rich companies can pay the money. Poor companies go out of business. So it's like I said. If it costs an extra few $1 million a year to make your company pass regulation, small companies can't pay that, so they go out of business. That's basically how it works. So you're only left with big companies. Anyway. It is not an immediate problem. It has all the hallmarks of being highly adapted to infect humans and needs close monitoring. Because it's new, people could have little or no immunity to the virus. You see, the thing is, this happens every year. A coronavirus style thing happens every year. It always comes out of China, and people just have learned to fucking live with it at this point, People like coronavirus was a big social media thing, so it blew up. But it is, in a sense, no different from any other seasonal thing coming out of China. There's always some seasonal thing coming out of China. And we have just kind of learned to basically get over it. In fact, I don't know if you noticed. Do you guys know how vaccines work? Like, politically speaking, how vaccines work? What they do is people know at this point that the next big wave of flu comes from China every year. So they go to China, they get the virus, the new flu virus, they study it, they come back to the West, they have the vaccine already. By the time flu season hits in the West, they have a vaccine for the next year. That's why there's a new vaccine every single year, because they're basically jumping 6 months ahead in the timeline to get it from where it starts. And yeah, it's kind of why I view the whole coronavirus thing as being a bit overblown, because this shit happens every year. It so happens that this year was a more deadly than average year, but it still happens every year. I know swine flu isn't related to the coronavirus. I know. What I'm saying is new diseases constantly come out of China. Constantly. Anyway. I'm not talking about vaccines being a weak strand of a disease. I'm talking about like the political thing, all right? The political side of it. Where they come from, basically. I'm obviously pro-vax. Don't fucking call me an anti-vaxxer. I'm pro-vax. Come on. Anyway. A bad news. Oh, Kennick for 5. Thank you very much. In capitalism, optimizing output of the goods and services makes you rich. In corporatism, mixing in bads and disservices can make more money. Exactly, Kennick. Yeah. Like in capitalism, like genuine capitalism, basically your greed becomes aligned with everyone else's interests, such that they're not fighting, and basically things just flow naturally. With communism, human greed is aligned directly against the interests of people, so therefore they have to like be pure for it to work, and it never fucking works. Anyway. A bad new strain of influenza is among the top disease threats that experts are watching for, even as the world attempts to bring an end to the current coronavirus pandemic. The last pandemic flu the world encountered, the swine flu outbreak of 2009, was less deadly than initially feared, largely because many older people had some immunity to it, because of its similarity to other few viruses that had circulated years before. Yeah, H1N1, yep, of course. But anyway, this is just a new H1N1. It is G4EA H1N1. Okay. All right. Well, fine. Thanks, China. I appreciate it. How about you stop eating like live animals? My Little Pony fans are ready to admit they have a Nazi problem. Even a niche subculture built around magical cartoon horses is reckoning with racism. This is not how any of this works. You guys need to fucking watch My Little Pony if you think that Rainbow Dash has a forehead beam that can destroy a Nazi symbol that's all pixelated like this. All right? You fucking idiots. Bob Neiman for 2. Tell Kyle to give me them cheeks. Yeah, sounds good, dude. Sounds good. My Little Pony fans have had a Nazi problem for a long time. This sounds just as strange no matter how many times you say it. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, is a cartoon television show about friendship, compassion, and a group of magical horses, with names such as Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy, who live in a fantastical land called Equestria. It's marketed to children. Nevertheless, it has an extremely dedicated adult fandom, which is mostly made up of men or bronies, as they've been referred to for nearly a decade. Dude, you are so fucking far behind this trend, I can't believe it. Wait, Twilight Sparkle ruined it by inviting non-ponies into the country? Oh shit. Did they get culturally enriched over there? In Equestria? Most of these men are white. Some of these men are vocal white supremacists. The brony subculture is about as niche as they come. Born in... Well, dude, Fluttershy is best pony, of course, dude. Anyway, born in internet forums in the early 2010s, an era where hyper-specific interests were the organizing principle of social media. Even so, bronies have long captured the world attention. They hold well-attended fan conventions. They've been the stars of multiple documentaries. Many of the show's adult fans genuinely enjoy My Little Pony and the wholesome escapism it provides. Others, delight in the irony of the fandom. To them, it's edgy and provocative to be an adult obsessed with cartoon ponies. That's where the Nazis come in. My Little Pony fans primarily express their enthusiasm for the show by sharing their own cartoon drawings of the main characters, which they usually upload to the image boards. The most popular of these sites is called Derpaburu, a combination of the character's name and a common term for image boards. Derpaburu has millions of My Little Pony artworks, plenty of which are simple tributes to magic, friendship, and magical friendship. But a substantial number of them are extremely jarringly violent. An image I recently viewed on the site depicts a My Little Pony character presiding over 3 lynchings and 1 beheading of cartoons drawn to represent various marginalized groups. Derpaboro even lists racist as a searchable category, and more than 900 pieces of arts are tagged as such. In supposed defense to the principles of free speech and openness on the internet, the presence of self-described Nazis within a fandom that idolizes compassion-oriented cartoon characters has become a coolly accepted fact. The community has sorted itself largely into two camps: those who think that anything goes as long as someone finds it funny, and those who would rather ignore toxic elements that admit that not everything is perfect. Until now! Following a new wave of Black Lives Matter protests across the United States, the fandom is in an all-out civil war, forced to either confront or deny what it's led on for so long. The abrupt reckoning has raised an existential question for the internet spaces large and small. If you've gone online to live in a fantasy space, can you avoid taking responsibility when the real world finds its way in? Oh my fucking god, dude. I cannot believe what I am reading. The rest of the article at this point is literally just them talking about like specific instances of Nazi ponies. But Christ, man. Like, you guys might need to figure out that, hey, Caitlin Tiffany, you look like you're about 30 fucking 5. I bet you don't understand what the kids are doing nowadays. They're all just having fun. They're being irreverent just for the sake of pissing off moms like you. Yorozuya, thanks for the 5. I never trusted Steam, and I never liked the idea of Steam. I was afraid of being overruled about whether I owned the game or not. Then just pirate it, I guess. You know, it kind of sucks, but you have to do that now. You look like somebody who basically is 35, wants to pretend you're still 18, and doesn't understand why the kids aren't doing the same thing that you did when you were 18. Things have changed. Also, you have you're a writer at The Atlantic. You have a Tumblr? I'm writing a book about One Direction fans. Oh my god, this person seems fucking cancerous, dude. But yeah, like, it's like I said. Okay, where is it? Where was I talking about it? Like, was it? Hold on, let me find it. Uganda. Yeah, it's like the Boogaloo thing, right? The Boogaloo article. This is basically, and I talked about this like in my video called "We're Getting Old." I talked about this a little bit. All right, I talked about this a little bit. When these people were young, they were edgy on the internet. They were probably edgy in real life. They told edgy jokes with their friends. They might have pissed somebody off. They had fun laughing at people who got angry at them. And that is an essential, natural part of growing up, is being edgy, being irreverent, pushing the boundaries a little bit, being a little bit of a shitlord. That is, it's exploring the edge of what is considered to be acceptable. That is an essential part of becoming a well-rounded adult. But now that they've gone through that, now that they've done that, and now that they've settled into basically being boring fucking losers, now they're writing about how the next generation are all Nazis. And it's fucking tiring how dumb these people are. Donald Trump. Theresa May told she was weak during phone call with the president. The U.S. president also called German Chancellor Angela Merkel stupid. I mean, he's not wrong on either count, is he? But it is fun to listen to Trump just basically say it. Donald Trump bullied and demeaned Theresa May during phone calls when she was the prime minister. He called her weak and lacked courage during her tenure, which she did. There are things that Theresa May probably should have done that would have basically made her one of the better prime ministers to have come along. And you know what? She never did it. She never fucking did it. Because she was weak and she lacked courage. And she told German Chancellor that she was stupid. This is the face of a man who does not give two shits. Fuck you. So, Carl Bernstein, one of the two former Washington Post reporters who broke the Watergate scandal on CNN, he spoke to White House intelligence officials who are aware of the contents of the calls and said, Mr. Trump posed a danger to the national security of the United States. Blah, blah, blah. A source who was part of Mrs. May's calls to the president said the claims about the former prime minister were patently untrue. The conversations weren't always easy because she would disagree with him, but the characterization of his attitude to her, or her response to him, is just nonsense. I mean, maybe, maybe not, but she was weak, and she probably could have used a dose of cold water every now and again, eh? Yeah. Anyway, this is not really an article, it's literally just like the headline and then the explanation. But it's a funny headline. I'll take it, dude. Petition to declare George Soros a terrorist and seize all of his assets has gone viral. White House petition demanding action against liberal billionaire passes 215,000 signatures. Holy fuck, dude. He seriously looks like the Emperor from Star Wars. He looks like Palpatine, man. $5 from Too Awesome for you. Some of the mods in Derpy Border who kind of gone on a meltdown and have gone ban happy. Last I checked, they reversed most of the bans. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Thanks for all the donations, by the way, guys. I really appreciate it. I've noticed that like your donations during the weekly sip are a significant part of my income. They're not like overwhelmingly the majority of it. They're not that, but they are like a good like 15% or something. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. You want a link to this? Yeah, I'll paste it. Here you go. Boop. You guys can sign that petition all you like. The We the People petition, hosted on the official White House website, calls for Soros's organization's assets to be seized by the U.S. government under RICO law. I guess we're going to eat the rich, guys. After being shared far and wide on social media, the campaign has amassed a staggering 216,158 at time of press signatures. The petition calls on the Department of Justice to immediately declare George Soros and all his organizations and staff members to be domestic terrorists. It also demands that the DOJ has all of his personal and organizational wealth and assets seized under the civil asset forfeiture law. All right. So they are far exceeding the minimum of 100,000 required to get an official response from Congress. Here's the actual petition. Whereas George Soros has willfully and on an ongoing basis attempted to destabilize and otherwise commit acts of sedition against the United States and its citizens, has created and funded dozens and probably hundreds of discrete organizations whose sole purpose is to apply Alinsky model terrorist tactics to facilitate the collapse of the systems and constitutional government of the United States, and has developed unhealthy and undue influence over the entire Democratic Party and a large portion of the U.S. federal government, the DOJ should immediately declare George Soros and all of his organizations and staff members to be domestic terrorists and have all of his personal and organizational wealth and assets seized under civil asset forfeiture law. All right. Damn, dude. $5 from Commissar Dale. Thank you very much. Yeah, these journalists are stupid. Useful idiots have always been a thing, but pointing out the obvious makes you a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I know what you mean. So, if a petition gains 100,000 signatures in 30 days, the White House will make sure it gets in front of the appropriate policy experts. Well, let's see what they say about this. Yeah, users on Twitter are flooding the platform with calls for Soros to be arrested for treason. Well, it's not treason because George Soros isn't an American. Isn't he Austrian? He's Hungarian, right? Yeah. But you could definitely declare him like a foreign enemy because he's fucking insane, dude. Every American citizen here should sign the petition. It's kind of funny, though. Yeah, I mean, I know this is like an older thing, yeah, but it's still funny. Actually, it's not an older thing. Shit. It's actually recent. Okay. Don't tell Kibbs we're setting sail, though. Okay, Yorazira. Sounds good. Ah, poor George. Dude, I guarantee you he has, like, the blood of babies pumped into him. Just to keep him fucking alive. The U.S. Army is losing the war in Discord. Again by Patricia Hernandez. I seem to cover her articles like once every few weeks, and she's always been insane. On Tuesday, The chat app Discord announced an initiative to make the service more open and inclusive to communities beyond gaming. On Twitter, the U.S. Army's esports account, which has its own professional team of gamers, made the mistake of responding to the news with "ooh," followed by some heart emojis. This marked the start of an onslaught against the Army group, which for some occupies a morally gray area because it is seen as a method to recruit gamers for war through video games and cutesy internet speak. One top response to the tweet, for instance, reads, "Ooh, please enlist and commit war crimes, ooh." Since then, folks have started to try and speedrun how fast they can get banned from the Discord in a trollish attempt to protest its existence and recruitment efforts. See, like, protest its existence. That's a bit much, isn't it? Like, we don't like what you're doing. Okay, leave them alone. We don't like that you exist. It's like, fuck off, man. I don't like the U.S. Army that much either, but like maybe you could just leave them alone, let them do what they like. Let people either enlist or be neutral or disagree with them as they fucking see fit. Like, Christ, dude. Yeah, U.S. Army esports Discord server ban speedrun. How fast will it take you to get banned, guys? There you go. You join up. You paste U.S. Army war crimes, and wait. And you're banned. That's pretty good. 14 seconds, dude. U.S. Army esports Discord ban. 12 seconds on this one. Let's see. What did you post? Okay, join up. Get your flare. Go to general chat. Post. It looks like a Garfield fanfic. Talking about touching Odie. And you're instantly banned. Yeah. To be honest, if the U.S. Army is dumb enough to post on social media, they deserve shit posting. Yeah. Like, if you want to go in and fuck around with them, that's their business. It's not that big of a deal, right? But the whole, like, we want Discord to delete their server. It's like, fuck off, dude. Like, fuck you. You know? Got banned for posting the Wikipedia article for U.S. war crimes. RIP. This one's 13 seconds. What's he going to post? Who here likes to commit war crimes? And gone. That's funny. 20. That's not very good. Why did the U.S. Army esports Discord ban me? Show of hands. Who else fucks his buddy's wife while she's away on deployment? That's funny, dude. That's really funny. Oh, as it turns out, they ended up disabling the invites. So I guess that's that. And the final article for today, my friends. Man angry. This is an older article, but it checks out. Man angry his photo was used to prove all hipsters look alike. Then learns it wasn't him. Reader threatened to sue Technology Magazine for using what he thought was his image. Oops. A man threatened to sue a Technology Magazine for using his image in a story about why all hipsters look the same, only to find out the picture was of a completely different guy. The story in the MIT Technology Review detailed a study about the so-called hipster effect, the counterintuitive phenomenon in which people who oppose mainstream culture all end up looking the same. The inclusion of a version of a Getty Images photo of a bearded flannel-wearing man, tinted with a blue and orange hue, prompted one reader to write to the magazine, "Your lack of basic journalistic ethics in both the manner in which you've reported this uncredited nonsense and the slanderous, unnecessary use of my picture without permission demands a response, and I am, of course, pursuing legal action." But it wasn't actually him. He thought the photo was of him. Maybe he has something against hipsters being called hipster, but yeah. Yeah, dude, he thought this was him, but it wasn't him. Let's see, hold on a minute. Actually, this model in the photo does not have the same name as the person who wrote to you. They said, "We don't think it's you," and you replied, "Oh, I guess you're right, it's not." Wow. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny, actually. That's kind of funny. Looking like Dave, actually. Dave had this look going for a while. Okay. Parrot Man 101. Yeah, it's an old story. Yes, it's an old story. Parrot Man 101. Are you in the chat? Or Parrot Man 01. Sorry. He's been watching through on Game Boomers, the Game Boomers backlog channel. He's been watching through our old Pokemon Soul Silver playthrough, right? And in one of the later episodes, he's been leaving comments as he watches the episode, so I know how far he is in the playthrough. And I can't wait till he gets to one of the later episodes, because there is this episode later in the playthrough where I basically deride Dave for being a hipster, because Dave back not so much anymore, because I basically made fun of him so hard that he had to abandon the practice, because like it was so hipster of him, and he didn't like being called a hipster. He's like, I'm not a hipster, dude. As he like does this, he collected mason jars with handles on them. All right, and here's my logic. Okay, is there a Devolver? Is there a Devolver Direct? Oh, fucking hell, man. I don't want to watch that bullshit. I'll cover tomorrow on Game Boomers. But anyway, hear me out, okay? So, hipsters, they like things that are old. They want to repurpose them and give them new life out of like environmentalism and conservationism. However, they only adapt the trappings of that philosophy. They don't actually do it. So, for example, you know, somebody who's actually like old-timey and appreciates old technology, they might use an old typewriter, you know? Or somebody who is not wasteful and like wants to repurpose something old and just basically make it new again, they'll drink out of a mason jar. Okay? And then, but people who only like the trappings of that philosophy but don't actually follow the philosophy, what they'll do is they'll buy new mason jars that have handles attached to them. So they have the aesthetic of that philosophy, but not actually following the life that somebody who actually holds that philosophy to be true would actually follow, you know? So they want to look like they believe in this, but they don't actually want to do this. You know what I mean? And Dave would buy and collect mason jars with handles like they were going out of fucking style, dude. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This is the complete like, and he got so mad. He got so mad about me just like ripping into him. And I'm like, listen, either you actually believe in this philosophy and therefore you should be using 30-year-old mason jars to do this, which is fine, or you don't do this. You're only like a fucking hipster sellout if you buy new old shit, if you know what I mean, right? And he got like so fucking angry. I was basically describing a poser. Yeah, basically, yeah. Thane Michael for $2. I use mason jars only because I'm white trash. Does that make you white trash? I don't know. Yeah, it's basically saying like, okay, if there's a philosophy of being minimalist and not spending and like reusing old things to save on resources and save money, you know, and save energy. Okay. That's actually a reasonable philosophy to follow. But American consumerism definitely takes that and repackages it and makes it so you have to buy it. So that's why you go to IKEA, right? Like, look at how minimalist my IKEA setup is, guys. It cost me like $10,000. It's like, okay, dude. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's basically my hipster story. You just have a rooster on them so they're cool. But yeah, like, this was like 8 years ago now, but Dave was definitely like the guy who would have, you know, the twirled mustache and the fixed gear bicycle, you know, the typewriter and the typewriter and you know, the mason jars. You know what I'm talking about, right? He'd only drink like local draft beer, shit like that. I have a mason jar wine glass. I have a mason jar goblet, dude. I have mason jars with handles that I took from my parents when I moved out. Does that make me a hipster? Maybe, Gregonator. I mean, you are like repurposing it from your parents. You didn't use them anymore, right? So maybe. Moral troll. I just haven't changed I just haven't changed things, frankly. Yeah, mason jars are like $5 a dozen in cheap kitchenware. Exactly. Yeah, like if you're actually looking to be cheap and follow that philosophy, then it's fine. But like mason jars with handles are like really fucking expensive. Cause it's just hipsters. It's just fucking hipsters, dude. All right, let's get out of here. That is the end of the show. Thanks very much, guys. If you want to mail me something, I'll be opening up packages next week on the Weekly Sip. If you want to mail stuff, here is the address. You send it off, and I'll collect it from the PO box. If you want to support the channel, $5 club entry to a recurring source. Subscribe to our Patreon, YouTube membership, twitch.tv/GameBoomers. Hit the sub button over on Twitch. A recurring source so that the bots can put you into the $5 club in Discord. $100 right to the PayPal, get you in Discord for life. Just make sure to DM me your receipt of it, and I will set it up. Tonight I am playing a 4-player game with me, Naomi, Dave, and Dom. So if you want to show up, go to twitch.tv/GameBoomers at 7 p.m. EST, maybe a little bit later tonight. But go to that link. I just put it in the chat room. Twitch.tv/GameBoomers. Come on over tonight. Doing a 4-player game. Gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be on the couch. It's gonna be great. And thank you for being here, guys. Chaz video tomorrow. D&D's on next week. Everything seems to be going very well. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the views. Thank you for donations. If you haven't tried Game Boomers, please consider trying it. Drop in. And it'll be a lot of fun. So, I will see you there tonight. Thank you very much. I love you.